Before I begin, if you're the kind of person who believes some places were never meant to be found, places that were sealed, not buried, then do yourself a favor and subscribe now, because this story doesn't have a happy ending. And if something starts calling you after this, at least you won't face it alone. The footage comes from a private expedition in the Karakum Desert. That's in Turkmenistan. Harsh winds, endless dunes, and silence like a vacuum. 3-person team. Geophysicist, drone operator, and a cultural historian, funded by a European research institute. They were out there mapping seismic weaknesses, ancient lava tubes, collapsed formations. They weren't ghost hunters. They were scientists. But on the third day, the drone operator, Rafi, sent out a thermal camera during a night survey. And he picked up something impossible. Heat. In the middle of a desert dune. A pocket underground registering at 42 degrees Celsius. No vents. No signs of geothermal activity. Just heat. And something else. Faint audio interference on the drone mic. Bells. They thought it was malfunctioning, but when they adjusted the EQ, it wasn't static. It was rhythmic. Tolling. Like funeral bells. The cultural historian Dr. Weller recognized the pattern. Ancient Roman Catholic death knells, but distorted. Too slow. Too deep. Like it was underwater. Or beneath stone. The next morning they dug. 6 hours in, they struck stone. A man-made surface. Basalt tiles. Black. Polished. Untouched by sand erosion. They found stairs. Perfectly preserved. Leading down. The air changed the moment they stepped inside. No dust. No wind. Just warmth. And the scent of something old. Not rot. Not mold. Incense. Lit incense. Then they saw the candles. Hundreds of them lining the walls. Still burning. No wax dripping. Just steady flames. That's when they realized they hadn't discovered this place. They had interrupted something. The church itself was massive, carved into stone like a cathedral. High ceilings, stained glass, but from inside the walls. Like the windows weren't meant to be seen from outside. There were pews, dozens, each facing a massive altar. And above it, a figure. Not a cross, not a Christ. A being. Long-limbed, faceless. Hands pressed together in a gesture of prayer. But its fingers were too long, and they bent the wrong way. Dr. Weller kept repeating something under his breath. He said the carvings weren't Christian, not Islamic, not pagan. Pre-language. A spiral alphabet, older than Sumerian script. He found a phrase repeated over and over, chiseled into the stone. It listens beneath the bell. In the center of the altar was a trapdoor. No hinges, just a slab with a handle. When they pulled it open, the candles went out. All at once. They didn't flicker. They died. A sound came from below. Breathing. But not inhaling. Just the exhale. Over. And over. And over. Like whatever was beneath that trapdoor didn't need to breathe in. The next 6 minutes of the recording are distorted. Rafi whispers that he sees something moving under the stone. Shadows that aren't their own. Dr. Weller tries to speak, but his words play backward on the mic. Not reversed audio. His actual voice. Speaking. Backward. The footage starts glitching. Analog distortions, even though it was recorded digitally. Something ancient was affecting it. The geophysicist, Hannah, starts crying. She says she can hear chanting, but there's no sound. The only audio we get is a wet dragging noise, like something heavy pulling itself up toward them. At 11 minutes and 42 seconds, the screen cuts to black. When it comes back, the room is empty. The candles are relit. 3 backpacks are stacked neatly on the altar, and above them, the figure, now smiling, with eyes, their faces, carved into the statue, watching, praying. That was 6 months ago. The site was lost in a sandstorm. No attempts to recover the bodies. But something strange happened 2 weeks later. Tourists in Istanbul reported hearing a bell ring from beneath the city. One man said he walked by an abandoned well near Hagia Sophia, and he heard whispering. 3 voices, speaking in reverse, all saying the same phrase. It listens. It listens. It listens. So if you ever feel warmth coming from the ground, if you ever hear a bell tolling from nowhere, don't go looking. Don't descend. Because the church is still holding services. And someone is always late, and it never stops waiting.